All right, everyone, welcome. My name is Brianna Wilkerson. I'm holistic health and life coach, CrossFit Level 1 trainer, and essential oils advocate. So I love everything health, wellness, fitness, life, and oils, basically. And I'm so excited you are here to just kind of do this exercise that I think is just going to be really helpful for you to really see where, in regards to your physical health, do you need to work on, right? So how do we get this healthy body? And there's so many things, that kind of what I call pillars involved. And this is just a really great visual representation and a little small exercise that's powerful that could really help you narrow in on the areas you really need the most support in. And so as I said, I really love supporting women in their health and their life. And for me, most women that I work with, it tends to start here. It tends to start with their body and their physical health, and then we work on other areas such as their relationships, finances, all those sort of things. And so I really help women kind of, get past this roller coaster of yo-yo dieting, weight gain, weight loss, and really find a way of taking care of themselves physically that's natural, sustainable, and enjoyable, right? And that takes habit shifts, that takes mindset shifts, that takes emotion shifts. And so I really help women master their mindset and emotions and habits so that they can finally have that healthy body and life they've dreamed of. And so I would love to just walk you through this. I'm going to share my screen. And the idea is print off this inventory, this guide, and then you can kind of go through it. The whole point is you actually have to get your hands dirty a little bit and draw on it. And so I'll just kind of walk you through how to do that. And so this is the Healthy Body Inventory. I'm linked into either Dropbox or Google Drive. And it's just a guide to help you discover how to be healthy and thrive in all areas of your physical health. And so this is just kind of how you know this is for you. Do you find yourself like wondering, am I ever going to overcome this roller coaster of yo-yo dieting or exercise programs that give no lasting results? And are you ready, to finally find lasting change and get that healthy body you long for and deserve? And here's how I'm going to help you through the Healthy Body Inventory. Kind of introduce myself already. So we're going to kind of just go through this guide. And so this is what the inventory looks like. So I've done maybe two or three other ones like this. One called the Flourishing Life Inventory, which is for your whole life. Physical health is only a part of it, as well as the Healthy Mind and Healthy Body Inventory. And that one's like looking at the different areas of your mindset when it comes to healthy living. But this is practically just the 7 different areas of a healthy body that contribute to healthy body and can take away from it. And this is going to be located in my free resource library for you to kind of go through. But if you're watching this, you're already in the library. I'm also doing this at a time where I'm doing a Healthy Body Summit, and that is just a great, I'm so excited for it. It's for women who are just wanting to learn from other women who are experts in these areas. And so if you're here watching this during the summit or before, you're in for a treat. All right, so the whole idea with this, it's an exercise where what you're gonna do is you're actually, and I'm gonna walk you through it a little bit, but you're gonna take a little pencil or pen and you're putting a dot in the areas to indicate how you're feeling about those areas. So you put a dot closer to the circle in, let's say, nutrition, if you feel very satisfied in it. You're gonna put a dot if you're feeling like you're doing well, feeling nourished, and you're like, I think I'm good in this area. You're gonna put it, sorry, I said that wrong. Dot closer to the circle if you're dissatisfied, you're not liking how your nutrition's going. Dot further away to the edge of the circle if you're feeling satisfied. Because ideally you want this perfect big circle. That means, man, things are going great. That's not real life. And so this visual representation is going to help you, because once you put dots, so say my nutrition is like, not good, closer to the middle, exercise, rocking it, further away, you're going to connect the dots. We've all connected the dots before. And you're going to see, whoa, which areas in particular you really need to work on. And those are the ones closer to the middle. The ones that are further away from the middle to the outer part of the circle are areas that you're feeling more satisfied and nourished in. And so the areas are, and I kind of break them down here, and these are just some examples of like what things you can think of. So obviously there's way more to nutrition than quality and quantity, cravings, whole foods, but those are just kind of 3 ideas. So for me, it might be, consistency at the moment, summer just happened. I'm like, okay, I need to consistently eat well because I just want to feel better. And so maybe it's not as high as it normally would be. So I'm like, okay, that's what I need to hone in on this month. And say for sleep, I'm like, okay, well, it's been a busy month or so. I'm not sleeping as much, so I really need to focus on that. I say stress, I feel, well, usually stress and sleep go hand in hand. Say I'm like, man, I'm managing my stress well. And sleep, when I feel stress, I go diffuse some oils or whatever, then this is good. And so I kind of explain the different areas here, just kind of some things to think about and why they're important. Because what I found I do this exercise with my clients, I do this in a masterclass, as well as just really helping people see that these are the areas that in my physical health and those that I journey with my clients that tend to be the most important when it comes to them having a healthy body. And so I kind of explain a little bit of my why behind that and why it's important, the 7 different areas. Here's some more written instructions of how to go through it. And the other category is like, if you could think of something else that doesn't fall into those 7, that's what that space is for. And honestly, it was hard to get a 7-part circle, really. So the whole point is, say if you look at one area, you want to focus on 1 or 2 at a time. And that's one, like say nutrition for me, I'm like, man, I just need to get on it. I want to then say that's what I'm going to work on, say for the next 30 days, for a month. And I'm going to write 1 to 3 SMART goals. And everyone talks about this: specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, timely. You just want to make it a realistic goal at the end of the day and something you can measure and you can actually attain. If you're going to say in the next day, you haven't ran at all and you want to run a marathon by the end of the month, that is, first of all, not good for you because your body cannot take that drastic change in a small amount of time. But that's not realistic, and that's actually not actionable or attainable. It's timely, it's measurable, and it's very specific. But so you see, you want to kind of try to get all of those. So for me in nutrition, I'll probably do the whole 30 next month. So knowing that's coming up. But for now, it's like, okay, I just want to eat whole nutritious foods, less sugar, no processed foods, and then 1 meal a week, have what I want. And when I stick to that, I feel really good and do really well. But it's been summer and vacation and I have not. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do this next month, right? So then I'm going to do this circle again at the end of the month. I'm like, is nutrition higher? Maybe another area popped up. Maybe something really happened that was new that now I'm suddenly feeling more stressy. So you get what I mean? So you want to keep working at it. You keep revisiting this. And again, this is something that I do with my clients in my health coaching programs. But this is something also I do with the Whole 30 in the sense we look at these 7 areas, Whole 30, if you're not familiar with it and you're watching the stream. You're going to hear a lot about it, but it's one of the main programs I help lead people in. It's just a really great reset that, focuses on nutrition, but I look at all 7 of these areas in my program. So say if you do this, you're like, okay, I need some help, feedback. Well, then join my Healthy Thriving Women's group on Facebook. It is a free community where you can just share. I do daily posts. People post questions, thoughts, wins, takeaways. Just find community with other women who are also on this healthy and thriving journey in physical health, but in other areas. I have a podcast, Be Healthy and Thrive podcast. There's tons of podcast episodes on all areas of health, but particularly a lot more on physical health. And then I have tons of health coaching programs, short-term intensives, longer-term one-on-one programs, the Whole 30 and so forth, right? And of course, if you're looking at this, you're either in my free resource library or watching this during the summit. I do have a free resource library that has tons of all the stuff in one place. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. And what you need to do then is print the whole guide off, but in particular, or you want to save paper, just print the last page because it's a bigger representation of the inventory. Okay, I'm excited. Please join the Healthy and Thriving Women's Facebook group because I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I would love to hear your takeaways and where you're working on. The whole group can hold you accountable. And if you need some more coaching support, then definitely check out my coaching programs. In particular, the Whole 30 does address all of these, but the Whole 30 itself is a commitment, the 30 days of really changing your food. And that's not necessarily one thing at a time. You're making a bigger drastic change. And if that's not for you, I do maybe slower changes with my clients in the longer term programs too. So that's it. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.